You don't look awful, you look beautiful.
No, look at how bad my hair looks.
Oh my god, your hair looks horrible.
Oh!
Hey guys, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Friday, the 9th of October. Hey bub. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
This morning when I got out of work, I stopped at the Home Depot in Henrietta, and I asked them if they had the rock salt on 24 inches on center for inside the building here. You come inside so we can get it put in the walls, and they do. So I ordered some of that. I'm gonna I haven't finished underneath yet. I'll use the rest of this one here. I started cutting some over here. I got a few over there that I have to cut yet, and this bat here, and that will finish up the underneath. So I'll still have all of this here to use. And so what I'm probably going to do is when I do the 24 inches, they're going to come up like 4 feet. So then I'll have extra. And I'm just going to probably, I want to make sure I utilize this because we have it here. So I'll probably piece it in with this or with our other leftover extra stuff. But so what I did is I ordered more insulation, the 24-inch on center. And since they're doing that, I'm having them bring me another 42 by 4s so I can start working on interior walls. I have some 2x4s over here already, and I know 40s, you're going to tell me guys, you're going to say, hey, 40's not enough. I know that, but I'm just trying to get some of it here, and I'll probably box in Heather's room first. But so what I did was I picked up 2 ceiling fans today. So I'll show you these here. So it has the forward and the reverse setting. So what we're going to do is I'm going to probably stick one of them up here, and then I'll stick the other one up over here someplace. So we'll have to be able to circulate either the heat or to get rid of the hot air, one of the two, be it summer or winter. I picked up the boxes so that I'll go around and just going to show you basically. I'm going to put the boxes up higher all over the place because this way I don't have to bend over to plug anything in. And so the boxes will be set higher when I set the boxes. So I got a bunch of those, and I got some junction boxes for the corners. Like when you come in, there's going to be the light switches. Hey buddy. One of them will obviously be on this wall, and then the other one will go obviously on the other inside wall over here. So I talked with them at the at Home Depot, and I did end up getting chicken wire for underneath. They said I don't need the moisture barrier underneath, that if I use a chicken wire that'll be fine. So I picked up a bunch of chicken wire. So once I'm completely done underneath there with insulating, then I'll put the chicken wire up. And what my thinking is, also, once I skirt the building, it's going to be sealed in basically anyway that way as well. The rodents do not like the rock salt insulation. So I'm not worried about the mice and stuff getting up in there and making nests and stuff like that, because they won't. So that's part of the reason why I wanted the rock salt insulation. So like I said, it's just excuse me, just trying to move methodically along here, because today was a rainy day. That's why I went and did that this morning. So I didn't get home until later. I'm just getting up. It's almost 2 in the afternoon, but I didn't get to sleep until probably 10. So I'm not doing anything today, to be honest with you. And so I'm just taking care of, I wanted to get this part done so we get this next installation coming. They'll call me next week when it comes in, and then they'll set up a day to deliver it, and they'll deliver it to me in the afternoon. So I have Tuesday. I have a meeting for Eddie that I have to go to, and so, but you know, like I said, I'm waiting on the call from the wood stove guy. I should hear from him soon, or I'm going to give him a call again and find out exactly what day he's going to come in and install this wood stove for us. We've been on a decent stretch of weather. I mean, other than, you know, like today, it rained today, but and I think we're supposed to have more rain, but you know, right now it's not. But it was coming down pretty good this morning when I got home. Let me show you the trees. They're all really changing, and it's funny because if you go down downtown, they're all still pretty green. So up here, we are definitely into fall. It's been decent. I mean, I really can't complain. We had a couple of colder nights. We had one night it got down to like 36, but other than that, I mean, I used you know, the propane heater for the camper. I think we used it like 3 nights altogether. That's it. We haven't used it now in over a week because it's been decent. It's been comfortable for sleeping, so we haven't had to use it. And when we go to sleep, we turn everything off anyway. So once you're under your covers, we don't even worry about it. But I mean, while you were up, it was cold, so we had the heat on at that point. You know, we're just methodically moving along here. You know, it's coming together, and we're gonna get there. And it's just like I said. Oh, so what I did do yesterday, let me show you. After I finished talking to you guys, see, we had the rain here. I'll show you that. I knew that was gonna do that. So what we did, I cut some of these here underneath for this row. I have 28 more to go. I think it's 28. I think that's what Heather said. So, no, 24. I'm sorry. There's 24 more to go because there's 12 things in each bat. So, there's 24 more to go. So we had got those. And by the time I got that done, I was pretty beat. And I had just run out of energy. So, but like I said, as long as we continue every day to make progress. And I knew today was going to be a crappy day. So that's why I decided to go ahead and stop and do the Home Depot stop today, because of the fact of the weather. You know, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get up and, you know, I don't want to crawl under here when it's all wet and muddy and crappy out. I just don't want to do it. So over the weekend is supposed to be decent. I have some things I have to do Saturday, so I don't know if I'll get anything done on Saturday or not. The electrician is coming Monday. I know I'm going to get the boxes all nailed in where I want them, because that's what he wants me to get squared away that way. And then he's going to come in and we're going to drill, and then we're going to wire. I mean, we're just going to, you know, get that part of it done. Then I'm going to move this battery box here, is going to get moved right here. And then we'll get everything from inside. We'll get the batteries, we'll get the inverter and the charge controller. The batteries will go in here. I'm going to have a hole of some sort here drilled in so that I can get in right into the battery box, and then this way I can go ahead and run some kind of piping so that I can have heat come in to there or something. I'm not even sure how I'm going to do it yet. I'm going to insulate the crap out of the box, but I got to make sure I keep my batteries warm. So I don't know if I'm going to have something set up where I can use a fan to turn it on to keep the batteries warm. I'll figure something out. I just got to think about it. So other than that, like I said, I just keep you know, plugging along, and we're just going to continue to make progress. And you know, I just want to give you guys an update of what was happening, what we got going today. So like I said, today's day was stopping at Home Depot, grabbing some things that I needed, and you know, everything gets dictated by the weather. I mean, once I get the underside finished up, it really doesn't matter. I can do anything inside if it's raining or not, or cold or not. I mean, like I said, once I have the wood stove hooked up, it doesn't matter, because then I can always just fire up the wood stove. I should get the wood delivered this coming week as well. I talked to him. So, you know, like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on. You know, people are saying, you know, well, you need to get going on the skirting right away. Well, yeah, I know, but it's one thing at a time. You know, it's finishing one project before I start the next one. I I've had some comments. I wanted to address something, okay? A lot of you have been like, oh my God, awesome bike, nice bike, blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate that. I love it. I mean, I do. A couple of people are like, oh my, you said you want to be debt free and you don't want to be in debt. And now you've bought the building and now you've bought the bike. You're getting right back in that same pattern. So I wanted to address that, okay? Um, my house payment where I was at before was $1,225 a month. And of that 1225, a grand total of 118 a month was going towards principal. The rest was taxes and interest, okay? The building, I got the building because of the fact that I physically was not able to do a build this summer because of my surgery, which was not obviously something that I had planned. And so, I beat cancer. And I've wanted a new bike for 2 years. And yes, it's selfish, and I will be the first to admit that it's selfish. But I said, you know what? I beat cancer. I've wanted a new bike, so I bought a new bike. The combined payments of the building and the bike. Now here's the other thing I want you guys to think about, okay? My building payment is for 3 years, okay? When I stopped paying my mortgage, I still had 26 years to go. So, and the bike payment, it's a little bit longer than 3 years, but even with that, I'm going to own them very soon, and they're going to be paid off, and I'll be back out of debt again. This I did because of the fact that there's one of the reasons right there why I bought the building, and the other reason is in the camper. I did it for my kids because it was a better thing to do. If it was just me, I'll tell you what I would have done. I would have skirted the camper, I would have done all kinds of stuff there, and I would have stayed right in the freaking camper. But I had to think about my kids, okay? And so that's why I did that. Um, you know, and the bottom line is, if I want to do something as far as getting the bike or whatever I want to do, that's my business anyway. I understand I put my life out here on my channel and, share my life with you guys. And, and like I said, I've appreciated the help. I'll tell you over and over and over again, I appreciate the help. The support from you guys. It makes a huge difference. You know what I mean? And if I do something wrong, there's and I love the suggestions, and I listen to the suggestions, and I take them in, and I decide, yes, I want to do this, or no, I don't want to do that. I listen to all those things, okay? But if I like I said, oh, so somebody said to me, well, you had now this I and here I'm going to give you a scenario of this, okay? Somebody said, well, you had the other bike and it does the same thing. You're going to ride it 6 months a year and put it up 6 months a year. The difference between my other bike and this bike, it's like driving a Pinto is comparison of driving a Cadillac, okay? That's the difference of the two bikes. So when you said it does the same exact thing, no, it's not. It's like night and day, okay? And I wanted it, so I bought it, okay? I'm not asking you guys to pay for it. I'm paying for it, okay? I'm back to work now. I, basically I figured it out. I got to pick up 2 shifts a month to pay for my bike. Well, guess what? I'll do that. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'll take care of it. I mean, that's what I do. I take care of things. I have to look at things methodically, figure it out, and I'll get it done. You know, as far as like, working full time and then trying to work on the building and take care of the kids, realistically, and I think I've said this before in previous videos, what I'm going to do, if I do 1 to 2 hours a day of working on things, it's gonna get done. Maybe not as fast as, I would like it to be, but it'll get done. I mean, that's just the way it is. I working 8-hour shifts. I'm not pulling 12s or 10s or doing 16s. We got a lady at work, she's, pulling 16-hour shifts. A lot of them do, okay? I'm not doing 16-hour shifts. I need to get out of work. I need to come home and sleep so I can be ready for these guys when they wake up. They're like, again, prioritizing what's important, what's important. Now, the bike is a very selfish thing, but you only live once, and I just beat cancer, so I wanted it, so I bought it. That's the bottom line. And if certain people out there want to judge me for that, that's your prerogative. You can. I'm not asking you for your permission. I'm going to do what I want to do, but like I said, I'm not trying to get back into that same pattern of the debt. I'm not. And at any time, if I want to pay the stuff off early, I can, okay? So just, quick explanation. I know most of the comments were really positive, but there was a few people questioning my motives and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about you, Mr. Rantac24. I know you were busting my chops. So, you know, and we go back and forth, him and I do. So that's not a big deal. But somebody else had questioned my motives and stuff, and that's fine. You know what? Put your opinions out there, positive or negative. That's fine, and I will reply. I reply to everybody's comments. And like I said, it's my number one priority. As I've told you guys over and over and over again, are my kids, and we're going to have this building ready, and it's going to get done. That's the important thing. You know, Sunday up here is supposed to be beautiful. Saturday's going to be okay. So, I know that Sunday I'll be up underneath there. And it actually shouldn't take me that long to do the rest of the underneath, and then it's just a matter of putting up that chicken wire. So, it'll get done, and we'll get it squared away. And like I say, remember guys, it's one thing at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. And you're going to reach your goals. Alright? I'll talk to you guys later. Prepper Nurse 1.